Good evening and welcome, everyone. This is Saturday, April 5th, 2008, and my name is Dr. Matthew. In today's weekly health update, we're actually going to discuss how to get a good night's sleep and also prevent cancer while you're doing it. And concentrating your focus on your sleeping habits can actually help you optimize your health along with prevent cancer, believe it or not. And it's been known for many, many years that how well you sleep can drastically alter the stability levels of hormones within the human body, and imbalances in these particular hormones can actually disturb your sleep and your wake cycles, which are also known as your circadian rhythms. And when these rhythms are altered, it may affect how cancer progresses and shifts through hormones like melatonin, which the brain manufactures during sleep. And this study that I'm pulling from is from the Brain Behavior Immunology in October 2003. This is a major medical journal that suggested that having a normal circadian rhythm may be absolutely vital in order for your body to protect against cancer. It also further suggested that your sleep and your wake rhythms that are thrown off due to stress or many other issues may encourage and accelerate the growth of cancer. This is a very, very profound study, and what I want to relay to you is that you have the power to take control of your health once and for all, rather than rely on this system here in the United States that creates a dependency. So you feel you have to go to the doctor, you feel you have to rely on drugs that many times don't cure anything. Drugs never cure anything. What they do is they suppress symptoms. So we need to get to the causative factors, and I'm going to reveal some tactics and strategies right now that you'll be able to get a great night's sleep and ultimately help prevent cancer. And if you're interested in more health information, you can actually consult my book, Cracking the Cancer Code, at endcancer.net. That's endcancer.net. And that's going to help reveal many health truths that really have been swept under the rug due to the big business in this country. So I just want to read a little bit more from this particular article that I've written, and then we'll go over some tactics and strategies. And the antioxidant melatonin, believe it or not, has properties that aid in the suppression of destructive free radicals within the human body, and it decreases the manufacturing of estrogen, which, in many cases can trigger cancer. And when these circadian rhythms become upset, it can create smaller amounts of melatonin within the human body. Therefore, it may have a decreased ability to protect cancer. Now, light exposure throughout the evening can lessen melatonin levels. This is very, very important since many people have the lights on all evening, they have their computers on, they sleep with the lights on, and ultimately, when you sleep with the lights on, this can actually increase your risk of cancer, according to this study. So try to sleep in total darkness so you get in those deep REM sleeps, and that's where your body tends to rest and repair itself in general. So uh, the article also cites that additional association between cancer and an upset in your circadian rhythm deals with the hormone cortisol, which regularly reaches its highest level at dawn, then drops during the day. Now, cortisol is only one of numerous hormones that assist in regulating immune system function. This is very, very important, so pay attention, including the activity of immune system cells called natural killer cells that aid the body in fighting cancer. And that's very, very profound. So what I want to do is I want to reveal some strategies right now that you can implement tonight so you can get a good night's sleep. One of the things that I recommend is absolutely no television before bed. Television or any light for that matter, turn it off about 1 to 2 hours before you go to bed. Turn off all the lights in the house. Maybe use candles to really dim that atmosphere. And that's going to disrupt your pineal gland if you do not. And then that's ultimately where the melatonin and serotonin are produced. So keep that into consideration. Also, there's been an overwhelming amount of research to suggest that our body's natural biorhythm is to sleep between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. Ideally, we should go to bed when the sun goes down, like civilizations before that didn't have electricity. That's more common sense, and really, the more hours of sleep you get before midnight, the more rested you are going to feel the next day. But the lights should be out by 10, and you should rise and shine by 6 if you can. And those who find this difficult, be aware that, like I said, different civilizations did this long before we had electricity. Now, this is another important topic, avoiding electromagnetic fields in the bedroom. And you can actually purchase a tri-field meter. I reference this in my book. And what a tri-field meter does is it measures the amount of electromagnetic radiation within your cell phones, your microwaves, your television, your computers, hair dryers, alarm clocks, and many of these things can disrupt your sleeping patterns while they're in the bedroom. So you want to be a safe distance away from those, and they can all disturb the pineal gland and the production of melatonin and serotonin, like I discussed a little bit earlier, and it can create negative effects on the body. Tip number 4 is actually avoiding late night snacks before bedtime, especially grains and sugars. These will actually elevate your blood sugar and deter sleep. And after a while, when the blood sugar drops, you're going to begin to wake up and have trouble falling asleep. A very important key to do next is to lessen your mental activity after dinner and plan for the following day. What I found to be most successful for me is keeping a journal and a diary. So get everything that's on your mind, get it on paper, get it out. If you have things to do tomorrow, write a to-do list, get it out on the actual journal. You'll sleep a lot better and you won't have to have that stuff running around through your head. Now, the next tip is avoid alcohol at all costs. And even though alcohol makes people drowsy, the effect doesn't last long, and people frequently wake up only a few hours after of getting to sleep. So it also makes it harder to get back to sleep when that's done. So consuming alcohol actually inhibits you from experiences those deep REM phases of sleep. So we want to make very sure that we get that deep REM sleep, because I mentioned earlier in this video that that's essential for health and healing, since your body does most of its repairs in the evening. Those of you that are actually familiar with aromatherapy may want to soak in a hot tub or hot bath, with different fragrances 30 minutes prior to going to bed. This can help your body relax, decrease your stress, and ultimately enable you to get a great night's sleep. Tip number 9 is actually use your bed for only sleep and sex. Even reading should be done elsewhere unless it really has a calming effect, or it's if it's spiritual literature or something like that. Try to recite a mantra for 5 minutes. This is a great tip that I got from Deepak Chopra. Reciting a mantra or even praying before you go to bed or meditation, these things help to relax your body and put it in a more calming state. I also recommend avoiding as many drugs as possible. If you consult the physician's desk reference or consult your medical doctor, you may find that many of these inhibit sleep. So be careful on what you're taking before you go to bed. And if you have difficulty falling asleep, you may want to try another area of your home. And when you wake up in the morning, one of the useful tips that I recommend is stop using those abrupt sounding alarm clocks. Use a sun alarm clock, or use an alarm clock that actually has a progressive nature sound, and that's going to relax your body when you wake up. And too many times we live in a stressful society that our sympathetic nervous system, that's called our fight or flight nervous system, is on the go all day long. We're always alert, and that really creates problems in the long term for our body. It helps to degrade our body. So the more we reduce stress on the human body, the better off we're going to feel. So I hope you got some great information out of this particular article, and if you found this useful, please go ahead and rate this video, and also go to endcancer.net. I'll pull up the site right now, endcancer.net, and you can read about why my book will help empower you and ultimately to take back control of your health from those that are profiting from disease and allow you to live the healthy life that you deserve. I also want to mention another great video on this particular video, and this comes from a website called icurecancer.com, and a gentleman named Ian Jacklin has interviewed numerous medical and alternative medical health experts, and there are many different ways to actually overcome cancer, and many times we've been indoctrinated into a system that promotes these traditional toxic therapies that wipe out your immune system completely. Well, the goal should really be to boost your immune system, and this is a phenomenal documentary at icurecancer.com. I highly recommend it. Get in touch with Ian. He's a phenomenal individual, and ultimately empower yourself, because again, cancer or any condition does not have to be a death sentence. You can absolutely overcome it. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to look me up on MySpace. My MySpace URL is myspace.com/ALLPROCHIRO, and I'd be glad to have you as my friend down there. I post health informative bulletins that will empower you, and you can ask me any questions, and I try to get back to as many as I can. But I hope you enjoyed this weekly health update, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.